Sorry about that. Had a technical issue I had to fix. We're definitely gonna get that fixed, hopefully, the next couple days. So we're gonna go into season mode. We did the program mode. I think I lost a connection somehow. I think something booted me out for some odd reason, but we're gonna try making this match a little bit better. I did not get a good look at it yet, so we're gonna do Winnipeg at Dallas, which should be fun. I know some of you Dallas Stars fans are gonna be wondering, okay, how do we ever change the colors? But I like that color too. The jersey looks neat. This is what they call the new alternate third jersey, and if you hadn't checked it out yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video of watching. It has been great to have you on with us tonight, and we're going to go ahead and start making this better. I don't know. I honestly wouldn't mind, but
that are really difficult to play against. You see on
I honestly would say this would be.
You're going through a road trip there. You've got some tough games in front of you.
Sorry about the background or whatever.
Opening face-off is set to go. Referee Shilevek is ready to drop the puck.
And we're just about. And we're just about to start. It has been kind of nice just to get back over.
His reflexes on display tonight.
Nice move by the goalie to get out close to the shooter.
And I honestly would love to see many teams like this happen. And if you haven't taken a look at the Winnipeg Dallas lineup, I mean, things have kind of changed a little bit. It is.
Now a quick pass to Sagan.
Shifley's looking around for somebody to fight. He's going to have to go and fill the dance card somewhere else.
Feeds it over to Line.
And I honestly would love to see. So sorry about the glitch. I'll get that fixed hopefully. That is one of the greatest things. I haven't had much luck, so if you want to leave a comment down here, leave a like this video. I will have a Twitch account too, since I'll probably do that a couple times. And if you hadn't had the opportunity to go look at this video, hopefully, whatever kind of happened, I honestly would say something was really acting goofy. So again, I do apologize, and I honestly would love to see everybody else would want to watch this game just as much as I have, and I honestly would say yes. I've been a big NHL fan, I think, since 06, 07. And I honestly love to watch every NHL game sometimes. It's a big deal. I mean, it is. Because I'm a Jackets fan, so I was born in Columbus, raised mostly in the Columbus area. So I honestly can tell you, a lot of people have ever told me how great of a sports fan I really am. I know it can get pretty ugly sometimes from time to time, but just so you can see the video of it, I honestly would love just so you can see what the graphics are like, and the lighting really is so unique. And I honestly would love to see. And honestly, there was so much reason. That's why I don't mind being a goalie, but honestly, that's how goalies have to play better. And you know what? If you're in a net, you're gonna have to be prepared to take pucks to the face first. And honestly, I don't mind it, but hey, it's a fun sport. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved it. I mean, people would just hate me to do it. They wouldn't pay me to do hockey for a long time, but still, I honestly wouldn't mind. but that is something I would love to kind of do, since I played special hockey for almost a decade. I started about after high school, after I graduated from high school, but still, I can't, however, be more happy than what I've done. And after my friend, however, passed away about 5 weeks ago, it was really tough. And I mean, I knew he wanted to do something nice for me, and I wouldn't have, however, been here today. You know, his inspiration really kind of taught me how to love others, and, you know, giving back to the community really means a lot, because, I mean, caring about others really means something. That's what the sport is. I mean, this sport of the National Hockey League, it's not about injuries. It's not about fights. It's about having a good time. It's about being the best player you can be. But, you know, I can understand why. And it's not an easy game to really, however, mention. People have always told me why I play this kind of game. Then yes, I would have been, I don't know, hitting my marks. I mean, the goals, I would love to see this happen, and I would have loved to have played different matches. I would compete in matches. I honestly would love it. If I have to play against others, then yes, I will do it. Only if they want to, however, be risking those hits, then yes. If they want to have like a really good match, absolutely. You know, the one thing in hockey is no cheating. It's one of those things, even the computer players sometimes give you more of a disadvantage at the time, but that's why you kind of have to play better. I mean, you can tell I try to play better. It's I can't be at a professional level like that. It's I really don't know how. And I honestly would love to play sports like this. And I honestly could say I don't mind it. Hey, this would be kind of a fun sport. And honestly, this is kind of fun. It's fun to do something like that for fun. I mean, I can do it for a living if I want to, but hey, not only do I get to watch kind of hockey, I'd rather watch it and follow where the skaters will follow through. Their shots have been, I call it, tremendous help. By the coaches really have been looking so sharp, and I can't however disagree. Graphics look sweet. I mean, I honestly would say this is kind of fun. I would love to kind of get back. I mean, giving back to the community. I mean, these kids would love to have some fun. I mean, sports are about fun. It's not just about hurting your opponent, nothing like that. It's about respecting your opponent, respecting your team, regardless of whether you have a disability or not. It goes fun. And it's fun to do. But honestly, I love it. And there's so much fun to do. And you can tell that is where all that lighting right there, it kind of shines more the light comes into the point, and that's when you kind of see all the spotlights. Spotlights are everywhere, and that's why you don't the sensory is one thing you got to really have to watch out for. And if you're very lucky, it's hard. I mean, for people with disabilities like me, I like the loud noises too. I do, but sometimes I get a lot of headaches. And honestly, it's a...
Right to the middle, and that one's blocked.
And I honestly don't mind it because I think, you know, your blood pressure can go up sometimes.
Quick stop by Hudobin.
And I would have loved doing this for a living. I honestly would love it. I can't thank everybody enough for what they do. Thanks to all the subscribers out here. Keep this channel moving forward. This is going to be one of the best gaming events. I will be doing it hopefully maybe in the next couple of weeks. I would love to see it. And honestly, I love playing video games. I love to do sports too. And I honestly would love to see many people like me who want to play games like that for a living. It's fun. And if you ever got into video games, look up the college. I mean, you could get a tuition affordable. It's so much easier to do because you can be a game developer, tester, and designer. And that's why I love to skate on the ice. That's what's pretty cool. I mean, scoring goals is fun, but sometimes it can get a little bit more intense. That's when you start realizing you can't always get what you would like. But hey, it's about having fun. It's about enjoying the game. Doing this for like the fun of it, I really think I could compete in tournaments. I would. And that's why people ask me, how would you become an online gamer if you don't have the time to do it? I mean, you could if you had the time to become, like, you know, going to college and everything. And that's something I would love to see. People kind of go back and forth. It's another thing. If you couldn't be able to go to college, absolutely. I mean, you can use the tools to look into it. I like it, and everybody tells me hockey is a fun sport. It's a fun thing. You gotta really have her watch. You gotta watch where the hits go, and that's where you start realizing, okay, you know what? Sure, professional players get these, what they call concussion protocols, my bad. Concussion protocols, excuse me.
Officials getting ready to drop the puck.
And you can see the green jerseys are really dark, but it's a neon color. And I would have loved to play games like this. I mean, you have to realize. I don't know. I mean, this is it's a fun thing to do. I mean, you gotta learn for the fun of it. It really, however, becomes your greatest career for a living. Yes, I mean, yes, it can be a little more difficult, but if you put it into good effort, I mean, you put some good YouTube videos on it, absolutely. I mean, I DoorDash, I do a little bit of work. I mean, I work sometimes from time to time, but if you haven't, and if you haven't gone to my YouTube channel, subscribe to it, hit the bell icon, never miss any videos. You would love to watch these videos. I'll keep those posted at the end of the week. It's before the end of the month. We're going to try to hit at least maybe 15 or better subscribers. Maybe 15 subscribers or maybe higher. I love to see what it's like to become. I would have loved to have seen maybe. I can't ever deny it. It's really, it's what makes it so much possible to make the difference. And I love this kind of game for the fun. I intend to however see it, because this is kind of like a sport, but it does become your extra. It becomes your extra credit. That's why you don't. I mean, honestly, I would have loved it. I can't, I don't deny it because I love to play this kind of sport, and yes, I can't even imagine what it's like to be. But yeah, this is a way to do it. I mean, yes, you got a point there, and then yes, that's it. And that's it. Because, you know, you don't expect people to do the things perfectly, and that's why, you know, why play the sport? Absolutely. I mean, if you don't like playing hockey, I mean, hey, I completely understand it. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, any sport you can play, bowling, basketball, football, baseball, all that sort of stuff. I mean, soccer is another one. That's why, you know, people can play different matches. And I honestly would have loved to have played a little better. I would say it would help, because, you know, any kind of sport, it takes physicality. It does. And I honestly would say, if you want to comment down below on my YouTube page, even when I'm not on, I honestly would say you have to realize every shot you have to take is really a risk, and it is. It doesn't get anything better than this, because you're getting this intensifying match. And that's why I play too many sports for a lot, because sports is competitive, and it is. I don't mind it. I really wouldn't have minded, because I love to play different kinds of sports. That's why you don't. You have to kind of realize, you know, you're looking for those shots to go, and that's it. And I honestly would say that's the case right there. And that's when you start wondering, how do you get those passes to go so well? Absolutely, it's about passing. Getting someone open to shoot the puck, absolutely. I mean, this is what NHL 21's about. And I don't disagree with it. I mean, the graphics are so intense. You can't, you know, you can't feel that. You can't even feel the intensity right there, because and it's so much fun. I mean, what kind of fun do you think it will have if you didn't have the fun to do it? And it really becomes your greatest nemesis. But I would love to have seen many things. And the graphics, but the jerseys have been really cool. And it does. You kind of have to really, kind of pay attention to what. You got to really have some good balance tendency right there. And then this is another call like that. I don't know. And true, to be honest, that's what you got to do. You have to really. And I mean, honestly, you could play too many matches at this time, because the winner actually will receive a gift card courtesy of Fanatics. And I would have loved to have played. It's so much fun to play ice hockey for a lot of reasons. That's why you don't hear me, however, be rude, nothing. I don't try to do that either. It kind of does. It does draw a crowd sometimes, but you're definitely making choices in life. That's why You know, not many players, however, take they don't stay on the team all their life until they retire. But still, I mean, even at a young age, you could still retire. But still, I mean, with the injuries, absolutely, it does. But I am not, you know, too disappointed.
The Stars' penalty has expired. They now go to work on the power play. Maintains possession.
And it does become your
defensive deflection. Here's a chance.
and that's what it does. And it really becomes and it doesn't mean it's like the end of it. That's when you realize you're looking for those shots to go in. You have to keep looking and realize, boy, how do you get better at it? And this one, where my team has Dallas, you can tell the team just gets better and better. And honestly, I would have loved it even more. And I mean, look at the elevation on the puck there. It goes up, and then it goes right off the shoulder and in. That is what makes the difference. You can't. I mean, you can't judge how high you go from the post or with the stick going up in the top, and that's when you realize. And that's why you kind of have to really have patience. You got to have confidence level. I mean, confidence is something we all struggle with, you know, especially with sports like this.
There are times you try to do too much. He's got good hands, but maybe a more simple place, the right one there.
And it does become your weakness. If you give too many passes, if you pass for too many times and take the turnovers, you just can't. It was something I really like to see that, but honestly, I would trust my guts and say you have to do better. I don't mind. I mean, this is a bigger error, and most people have told me why I have to do it. It becomes like a human error. That's when you start to overlook towards the boards, or if you're playing hockey, I mean, you have to play within the boards. And that's why. But there's a reason why you have to play better. And you have to control the puck more on the stick.
Winnipeg's looking to break out of their own end.
And I honestly would love to say, yes, there's.
Winnipeg's got a hold of it along the wall.
You just can't. I mean, you can't always deny that.
Got it near the point, and the puck leaves the zone, going back to center ice.
And I don't know. I honestly would say, if you play many matches like this, the playoffs are number one cause of the issue, but it's still. It's a bigger worry right now, because you have to really not have the fear, but you have to, well, not fear with COVID or anything. It's a bigger picture. That's why some of these matches, it's all up for grabs. I mean, it's anyone's match. It's anyone's game that could play just better. I really would say you could do better. I don't know. I honestly would love to see that. But definitely that's but that's something I don't think. Honestly, I would love to see. You know, you can't however doubt yourself. If you can learn just about anything guys can do, I know you can see a guy can do it. Even a woman could do this kind of sport. But it's not just the physicality. Women like that, but even the kids would have a hard time like playing this kind of sport. You know, I honestly could tell you there's a reason why I think
That's a good shot, but the goalie's
I think everybody should have a chance. Hockey isn't always for everyone, but it can be for anybody who wants to play sports like this. But I love it just because, you know, I had a family member who actually played hockey in Columbus for a long time, and that's what made the difference. And I don't disagree with it. It is one of the funnest things I could learn, because I would love to become a coach for a team that would. It would really help out a lot, because it would really kind of help out a lot because I start.
Quick work, he makes 1 and 2 saves in a row.
It does become your greatest advantage point.
Dallas gets the puck near the boards, and that's broken up with a stick.
And I honestly would have loved to play as any team in the NHL, but I honestly would say you can't ever doubt your team. You can't ever doubt like what you want to learn in life. That's what becomes your greatest enemy, your greatest nemesis, or even worse, your fears at this time. But look how the goalie does it better, and you could see how he got into a bad spot, and he left it like almost wide open enough where he could get the turn. And I honestly would say, and you can't really you can't give up like many shots that you want to do.
Tries to get the puck over to Radulov. Oh, and he tracks it perfectly in the offensive end.
And honestly,
Takes a shot, comes up with the stop.
I had to think about.
And tries to make a diagonal pass to Shaw. Moves into the
I wonder how everybody would wonder if I was ever playing in that level of a sport. Then yes, I could.
Takes the feed from the left side. Tries to clear.
But when you're playing defense, you have to take the sacrifice.
There's going to be a regret in this one. That might be it.
Yeah, that play is right there to be had. They just missed the pass.
And he rings the post.
But hey, you have to do better.
He almost lost it for a second.
And honestly, I love it. I love this kind of game. It's fun. It's really exciting. Even if you win or lose, that's okay. You're still in this race to finish that. I don't know. I mean, just to finish that. I mean, if you have to play the puck where it is, it's kind of like golf, but you have to play where it kind of lies in the zone. And I don't see it as a bad influence on it. You know, fighting can be a little more of a tense, but you still have to really follow the rules of the game. It is one of a kind. And that becomes your greatest fear and your greatest threat. You're not just expecting to take shots on net, and you can tell the camera angle is so good, and I would really love to see this happen on any occasion. That's why I played better sports, and I might always have to consider myself a good hockey player, but I want to have a good time and have fun too. But being a competitive kind of player, absolutely, it can be excruciating pain. That's why you don't see. It's a very painful sport. Contact sports like this can be hurting, and you don't expect that. And that's why you don't expect it to be, you know, perfect. I mean, it's not about perfect. It really becomes your greatest fear. But it becomes, I mean, you have to have maintaining good balance, whether you're in a scoring position or in the net. that's when you realize, okay, that's what I got to do better. And I would say, you know, NHL fans would have to watch out for pucks coming into the back. And they have to watch where the puck is going to go, where it's going to land. Because someone could get hurt pretty easily because they... And if you hadn't watched, like, a lot of these videos, but people told me, why? I mean, why Howard go for the... Because you want to go for safety. I mean, it's a very... And it really becomes your number one worry because, and I honestly would say, it becomes your number one goal is to finish the play strong. Even if you have to take a penalty, it's still a necessary point. That's when you have to really, and that's just. And it does become your nightmare. The goalies have a really big worry is getting into a nightmare situation where they give up a goal and it wasn't their fault. And it's not their fault. Goalies aren't to blame. It's the teammates that have to work together. And that's why I honestly would say, but that's why, you know, hockey players have to really take intensifying actions. It's player safety. It's the NHL safety to take care of the players that they want to. And I love this kind of sport. I do. Because I don't expect it to be perfect. And it really becomes your greatest chances. But if you can learn to achieve the goals, then yes, I could see that. I do. And honestly, I would love to see more, better and better. I think people have told me, and that's why you have to play the puck better. Because I honestly would love to see every team wants to win, and they want to get to the points so they can go to the playoff race. And I agree.
Great poise here as he gets it back.
Because
takes the puck behind the net. Takes a shot.
And everybody just wonders why you have to play a better shot at the net and you would score. It's because, you know, you have to look at the score, and goalies have to really face the shooters. It's a lot, but still, you have to kind of play with intensity, and it does become your greatest push of the season. And I would love to see many people, however, asking me, you know, how did I get involved in this kind of match? Then I would tell you.
We'll take a quick breath ourselves and be back for the second period.
This is what, and it really becomes your greatest strategy. And honestly, I mean, at the end of the first period right now, we are 4-3 Dallas. And it becomes better and better as we go to second period plays. I mean, look at the hits though. If you look at those hits and the numbers on the shots on goal, then you would be expecting a greater team than you would anticipate. I honestly would say people would tell me I could learn to become. They want to see action, because this is not. I mean, this is an unexpected play, and that's why you don't. This is what you don't expect from me. Absolutely. I mean, I don't do it you know, hockey players don't need to harbor trip somebody like that.
The Jets once again
It could get
send out
pretty
their power
dicey and a
play
little
unit.
bit dangerous.
Power
That's
play
why,
shows up
I
at a
mean,
rather opportune time. They're trailing by one, and now a
it
chance to
does
level
become
the
your
score up. Aggression will
worst
be the key
injury
for them.
to
Here's
have
the pass from his goalie. Quick
is a
feed to
fracture
Hansel.
on the leg, or even worse,
Looking to
fractured
make something
spine,
happen
maybe
along
even
the
worse.
boards.
You could almost die from any injury. It depends on what kind of injury it is.
Aggressively to make the save.
Moves it quickly over to Wheeler.
And that's why you have to really think safety.
Misses an opportunity there.
Looking to be
You know,
too perfect.
players have to keep their heads up, heads really,
Squeak one through the goaltender.
they have to keep their
And
heads
if you
up
miss it outside,
for reality, because
Rocks him on the play.
it becomes your, because you have to really understand why player safety is important.
Couldn't complete the play.
And it's not because like you couldn't be able to play hockey anymore, but once you come to an age like at the 40s, even into the 50s, then you expect to have to retire from the entire league.
Feeds it down low.
You could play the alumni. Honestly, I wouldn't have actually seen
Slides the pass over
anything
to
worse.
Varney.
Absolutely. I mean, you gotta.
And look at this, a 3-on-1. And he regains control. of
And
the
it does become your greatest effect on so many levels, and that's why, you know, for me, I love doing this kind of game.
Winnipeg's got the puck along
But the
boards.
sport really can be physicality.
Excellent
It's aggressive plays.
Winnipeg
You got
gets the
rivals
inside
like
defensive zone.
Edmonton and
Goes right to the crease. Moves it
either
to
that
the
or it's like
line.
Pittsburgh and Washington.
By the goaltender.
You don't.
Dallas gains a hold
I
of the
mean,
puck
you
against the
you don't
boards.
you don't expect it to happen.
Have it now. Stays with it.
I honestly don't think you want to play
Winnipeg's got the puck in their own end.
as conservative as you think.
Here's the short pass to
You
Wheeler.
have to play better because you have to forecheck the plays,
And the PK unit gets it done, preserving the one-goal lead.
and it does become your greatest asset.
You earn a power play, and then you fail to cash in. So they still trail by one. The game will continue at even strength.
And that's why
Moving into the attack
I don't know.
zone.
It does.
Dallas gains a hold of possession. Along the boards, they battle for the puck.
There's so many people like us who just want to play hockey,
Great reflexes, another save.
and I would have loved to have seen better. The ability to be able to play hockey is so much fun. It is.
Johnson for the puck, and it's knocked away. Grabbed along the boards by DeMello.
But it can be very scary at the times when you have someone who gets hurt. Absolutely, it's a devastating thing.
Down to the zone, they'll have to regroup.
It's one of those things you don't want to do every day. And there's why you look at the scoreboard.
Trailing in the game, they get the equalizer. Goalie just can't keep up with it.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of something to look forward to.
Room to beat the goaltender.
And it does. I wouldn't, however, believe if it wasn't, however, for the shots.
Yeah, nice claw back to get themselves to even par.
And it does kind of become your intensifying match. And you could tell how I played the puck though.
And sends it just out of reach. Bully is gaining momentum. Oh, rocked along the boards.
I almost feel
And
the
that's
boards
what-
rattle where I'm standing here, James. That's a solid hit.
And that's why you have to really be careful, because anything works like this and you're in trouble. That's when you start realizing.
Gonna play it against the half wall.
And that's because if you're not careful and not prepared to take the puck back, that's when you start realizing
No chance.
you have more problems right now than you would ever
Strong defensive effort.
you would ever in a real match,
The Stars
because
will play in their own
hockey players get hurt. They do.
Moves it quickly over to Connor. To the front. And a poke check knocks the puck away. Sends it quickly to Cogliano.
I would love to see it,
Oh, it's denied by Hillebuck.
But he came out
and
challenged for
everybody
fixing.
doesn't always want to see
Takes the feed.
seen me, however, continue my success.
Slides the puck over and makes the save. And a delayed penalty.
And that's why you don't want to do something like that.
Centering pass. Turns it away on the slap shot.
And it just becomes.
You react, you go to get the puck, and you stick your stick into the guy's feet. Down you go. 2 minutes onto the box.
And I would love to have seen better play.
The Jets send their man advantage unit out once more.
I honestly would say you have to kind of look at the. You just can't. You can't even, you know. You have to really be careful when you're overtaking the puck or try to poke the puck away. Make sure it's not under the skates. I mean, make sure you're not tripping on the player, making the player trip on your stick.
Moves it to Pionk. And now he moves it to Perot. And that's picked off.
And it really does gets back into the intensifying match, and that's why, you know.
Here's a short pass to Como. Puts it up front, and that one's broken up.
And I don't know. I honestly would love to play hockey for a lot of reasons. That's why you kind of have to. I cannot deny it. There's so many people like us who just want to play for the fun of it. Absolutely. I mean, they would have made a career out of it, to be honest. They would. And it's not because you could not do it for the fun. And I honestly would say that's a beautiful goal. I honestly would say that's a good power play. And yes, you can't even do much better. And every player gets their frustration. They don't deserve to be frustrated. And it really does become your greatest anger. It's frustration right there when you bang your stick on the. I mean, goalies are gonna get upset too. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a bad kind of play. It is. And it doesn't mean like you can't play the puck better. And I honestly would love to have done it, but I honestly would say you just can't do it anything better than that. That's why, you know, people can't always see anything better. And it does have a.
The goalie's probably got to stop.
It does.
I don't think he said, James, that turnover didn't give him much time.
It really didn't give people a lot of a chance to play this kind of sport. And yes, I would always have to say, look at how you could see where people are going to take the shots at. I have to admit, you can't always leave that wide open gap. That's where it becomes a really bad spot. And it does. I mean, I'm a netminder too. I may not be a professional goalie, but hey, I got to learn how to stay down on it, and just try to be able to kind of keep the puck out of the net.
And it's broken up by a nice defensive use of the stick. Bumped off the puck.
And I honestly would say, if you can't be able to play the puck better than you would have anticipated, then that's not the sport for you.
Winnipeg's got a hold of it against the wall.
And I honestly don't think anybody else would want to kind of take it against it, because you don't want to. You don't want to see people how we're going through. But see how you have to do it, and that's why. And that's how you kind of you look at it as an opportunity to look into it. That's when you start wondering how are you going to be able to play in net if you can't play better. And that's why you kind of have to really you can't expect it to be better than you are.
And can't redirect it into the net.
No, he's got to get that on target. That's a scoring chance, and he doesn't even.
Just can't, you know,
Quick pass to Russell.
give up your ability to play hockey like that. That's not the case.
The Stars look to start the transition game. Can't catch up to the pass. Tries to feed it over to Lowry. From the right side, he goes to the middle of the neutral zone.
And that's why, you know, people told me you just have to kind of learn how to be a better, like, being a good sport is always fun, and it is.
It's a 2-on-1. No, you're not going to get away with that one right
I hate to get away with those,
It's a tripping, it
and you
looks
couldn't do it.
The Stars are going to be shorthanded, tripping the call.
Soon as the plead with the ref,
Because
you know
I honestly would have done it, but that's why
Winnipeg's power play unit puts their hard hats on as they go back to work.
once you get a power play goal early in a game,
you don't expect it to be
Now you can
as the best, but this is what really embarrasses me.
between goals.
That sure changes things here on the ice.
And I don't know. I mean, that's tough.
The Jets are checking all the boxes tonight. More shots, more goals, and they lead in the second. Puck grabbed by Heiskanen. Dallas on the attack. The Jets gain control of the puck.
I really would have actually done better, but
From center they get into the attacking area. The Stars gain possession.
I honestly would love to play this kind of sport, but hey, it's about fun. You know, you gotta really be however aggressive enough to make the play. Oh, and people tell me you couldn't even do much than what you expected.
Don't execute it.
He clearly doesn't like that.
Hansel's not interested in dropping the mitts and going at it.
Some pushing and shoving here, heating up.
Yeah, the few words lead to a little bit more, it looks like. Haskinen's ready to go. Apparently, the other guy doesn't want anything to do with him.
And we've got a fight.
I honestly would say that's when you have to say enough's enough. You can't throw that back. And there's no reason to be aggravated. Nothing. I mean, you're getting yourself into a mess.
And takes him down with authority.
Oh, and I hate when I lose. But I honestly would say, in a fight like this, it really kind of ruins the reputation. And if my team hour loses the advantage, it just becomes so overwhelming.
Another power play opportunity coming up here.
I don't really ever expect it to be perfect, and that's why you kind of have to really look. You just have to kind of learn. You have to trust your guts. You have to trust your teammates as much.
With the steal. Takes the pass.
You know, if your teammates don't trust you, then how are you going to get the possession of the puck done and get, you know, the penalty kill taken care of? That's the main reason.
On the bench to see if that puck hit the post and went in or crossed the line. It didn't, and the lead will remain the same.
And now he angles it
Because
across to Pavelski.
I love it. I love to ever realize
Here's a chance right out in
how you get it, and then yes, it's a big feeling. It is. I really don't believe that you want to go down without a fight, and it's just you're looking at it as a chance to become a hockey player. Then yes, I would have seen it for many reasons. That's why you don't expect us to play the puck more. You have to play better. You have to play solid hits, and that's what provides better scoring opportunities. That's what does better. And you know,
it doesn't matter, as you say, James. Now they're just down one.
And play resumes as the puck is dropped. Oh, he'd like to have that pass back. They've got numbers. It's a 2-on-1.
And I honestly would say, if you look at the match, then yes, I could see.
Picked up along the wall by Klingberg. Big play inside the defensive zone. And that's broken up. And now he tries to get it across to Perot. Dallas takes possession at center. Pokes it away here in the neutral zone.
And I honestly would say, take a look at the shots though. You have to realize, and that's where you kind of come. That's where you kind of get beat. You have to really watch where you step out of the line, and it does become your greatest enemy, and it does. And just because you don't play the puck well does not mean you're not good enough. It just, you got to give some feedback. You got to give it some good feedback though.
Just misses the net, but really the scoring chance is not dangerous.
It just becomes your major error. And, you know, I honestly would say you have to really understand why, you know, hockey players just don't, they don't want to ever give up on the plays like that because they want to play better. They want to get better.
Well, now they got a bigger hole to dig out of. They give up the short-handed goal.
And they really,
play and they pay for it.
And it becomes your greatest problem I think most players would have. Some of the hockey players didn't have helmets. Back then, I mean, many years ago, it was a tough sport. It was a crucial sport. You know, hockey sticks can be used as, and if you ever use it in a wrong timing and everything, and if you use it against like any other player, like for like dirty cheap hits, they don't work. They never work. Never. And it's honestly why I love to learn to play hockey, for the fun of it, and it becomes the greatest sport. I mean, injuries are not the most fun. Because when you're dealing with like concussions, you're dealing with torn ACL, the groin injuries, nothing like that. I mean, nothing could be worse than that. It really, I mean, it can get worse. It does. And I would have loved to have done it, but honestly, you have to really, you have to play better. You have to strive to be the best. You don't expect it to be perfect. You don't have to like, but you want to play better. At every move of the turn, you want it to go for. And that's what becomes your greatest fear, but your greatest major problems, because goalies have to really.
Yeah, that one hurt me over here. That is an enormous hit. He closed the gap in a hurry.
And they can't convert on the play. From the point, they take control of it. Shot blocked in front.
And that's why, I don't know. I mean, it becomes your worst moment. The worst timing really can be is when you don't have your head kicked up high, or if you don't keep your head up, you're going to get yourself hurt, and even worse, paralyzed on the from the head to your ankles.
Dallas wins it. Puck scooped up by Lindell.
And it becomes more and more serious. But and I mean, medical bills like this, you can't expect that to happen.
Eakins exploring options with the puck. Lets it go, and there's the save.
I mean, medical bills are one, and I honestly would have loved it, but honestly, I love to see teams playing, yes, and it does become your next worst setup in the world.
Dallas is ready to go back to work on special teams.
Even though this is a great chance to
And I honestly would say you have to really.
Don't panic with the puck.
Off target.
He's gonna have to score.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta look at it, and bam,
James, they've been working on this.
it's been tough,
It's come through big for them tonight.
and you just can't. I honestly would say you have to really kind of look at it as a.
Close that off. You can't get it with his pad.
And you just don't expect better to strive. And I honestly would say you have to be willing. Anyways, I have to kind of really. I really would say you kind of have to really. Honestly, you kind of have to just. Sorry about that. I honestly would say I had to fix whatever it was. I don't know what's causing it not to work. It's really, really tough. That's why I don't know what's causing it not to happen. And I gotta fix that. Fix some stuff here real quick. And if you hadn't, let's see that. No, I think that was not right. I don't think. Not that I notice of. See if I have to make better decisions. Live chat. I would honestly would say. Oh wait, hold on. I have to think for a minute. Not that. It just becomes your learning to get that done, I think. I don't know. I have to look at it. I think I might have to get some help. And it does. But playing on the ice, it's fun. I really don't mind it at all. It's kind of one of those things that really does kind of scare the heck out of me. It really does. Where did I get that stupid thing at? And let's see if I could do better. I don't know. I gotta do something before I can really make that decision. I just need to fix something on my YouTube. I'm gonna get that fixed one way or another. I haven't had any issues, but let me see if I can do better. Let's see. And I did not say it was for kids, so kids can I honestly would say I tried to save And let's see if we can really get this fixed either way. We're going to try fixing that. And save that. System, sorry about that. Let me get a chance getting back onto that, and we're gonna go ahead and finish up our. And there we go.
So critical. Another face-off coming up here.
And we're just about set. This is one of the goals I think we had to watch for. Oh, I think, that was actually a power play goal. Haha. Nice.
Manages to hang on. Winnipeg's moving it along the wing. Here they come.
But
scores!
I really don't know why. It's bad though. I mean, it's bad enough where you kind of just don't. You don't expect that.
You don't get many of these odd man rushes.
I like it, but this game just sometimes has its moments. But I'm actually going to try to do NASCAR Heat 5 maybe tomorrow. But see, that's why you don't want to do that. You know, let's try a little something neat about it. Of course, you're going to get a little tired. But on the other hand, we did lose. Right now, I believe it was maybe 11. Oh, 10-9. Oh gosh, that was a close one. Yeah, I think we felt bad we lost, so no worries. We're gonna definitely do that for a little while, but oops, I did not want to do that. And I honestly could say we're gonna try doing this here in just a second. Maybe this for about a couple minutes, and let's see how this goes. But that's what the score looks like right there. I don't mind it, honestly. I would have loved it. I could have just played a little better. It's a good game, and I don't know if we're gonna have to play the Vancouver Canucks, and we probably do. And let's see how starts. I really am not gonna lie, that is a tough match. And that did not go as planned. I thought Calgary would have won, but nope. It's not a big deal. I mean, you gotta play better. If we have to play a little better, then yes, I would suggest playing a little more skill level than I would have anticipated. But hey, whatever floats everybody's boat, then yes, I would say you gotta play better. I honestly would love to play this kind of game, and I do. And we're gonna be playing overtime here in just a minute. But first, I wanted to kind of get back to everybody who wanted to share my YouTube video. Ah, dang it. Sorry, but anyways, we are going to be playing better on the YouTube channel. So we're gonna go ahead playing as the Toronto Maple Leafs take on Ottawa, and this is gonna be brutal.
Sudden death overtime is underway.
And I honestly would say
excellent stick work on the play.
We're really excited as we are getting set I would have loved to have played better hockey.
The Leafs get a hold of the puck in their own end.
And here comes.
A chance for the win. Oh, what a stop!
We're never going home, James. Overtime continues. What a great save.
Well, play on for the win and game.
And there's what we were looking for. There's what we were looking for. And that's what we wanted.
The Leafs needed overtime.
And that was just easy.
Just your head down and keep working. Now you get into the extra frame, you get your chance. You better not.
And honestly, you couldn't even beat a backhander on that. That's why nobody could play better than that. I would have loved to have done that. But honestly, why not?
Feeling good about this one, and here they come back out onto the ice, Razor.
Unreal support from their fans. They salute them. A thank you for their efforts tonight.
On behalf of Ray Ferraro, I'm James Cebulski. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
But I mean, being a netminder, it's tough work. But someone's got to play better. But on behalf of the rest of the crew, I have been really excited. I've been super fortunate. But yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow. I'll be back on to doing NASCAR Heat 5 this week. And if you have any questions about this video, do feel free to leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be, however, back live, I think, maybe Sunday night. I do have a lot going on, but since hit the bell icon as well, and if you had any concerns, whatever, let me know down in the comments below. I will be able to, you can message me on Twitch, message me on Twitter, at CBJFan2007. That'll be my Twitter account. And honestly, if you have any questions, look up for me on Instagram, message me sometime. I will be, and Josh Anderson fan 77, if you want to like interact with me sometime, I am more than welcome to answer some questions. My email is jacketsfan1003@gmail.com, and if you have any questions about it, feel free to check it out. Josh Anderson fan 77, if you want to like interact with me sometime. And I'll actually have a Snapchat every now and then, but I don't do it too often. Just feel free to like email me anytime if there's like anything you want to talk about, sports-wise. Any games you want to bring it on the YouTube channel. Absolutely, I personally would say it's an honor to be a YouTube fan and a YouTube player or a YouTube fanatic, so I definitely am excited. I'm really thankful to be here. So I will hope to hear from you guys tomorrow, and if you guys want to leave a comment on my YouTube page later on this week, that would be great. I would love to hear back from anybody who wants to play this kind of game. My Twitch username is JennerFan38, and if you want to however get a chance to watch those videos on there as well, I'll post those on Twitch, and I'll probably do some YouTube videos later on this week. So as for myself, I'm Jordan, and BlueJacketsfan38 is my PSN PlayStation Network username. So getting ready to call it a night. I'm definitely ready to just hit the sack. I got a lot of stuff going on for tomorrow, but as always, keep smiling. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. I'm probably going to get a couple different videos on it. I'll probably take it with me, do some posts on the videos later on. As soon as I get back, maybe next week, I'll finish up tomorrow, and then I'll be back for next week to wrap up the weekend. So as always, thank you for watching the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, like my videos, and if you have any questions, comment down below whenever. I'll get back to as many comments as possible. I know a lot of people haven't heard from me, so like I said, follow Tasman31 as well. If you haven't already yet, go ahead and do it. Subscribe to his YouTube page. Hit the bell icon on his YouTube channel as well. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and God bless everybody. Peace!